All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into our first semifinal here of the winner bracket between Starcraft and Barefoot. Interested to see how this one goes. Both the teams actually showed a lot of cohesion in their play style, so I'm interested to see if they can keep that one up.
Yeah, it's definitely something. Barefoot has had the longest road through the because they had to go through the play-in before they did the quarterfinals. So definitely they have played a lot more games than Starcraft have today.
That is true at the moment, as we can see a couple bans coming through. We do see some target bans, which I think are really good ones to actually go for. Get rid of the Vlad, get rid of the Shen that Beyond was doing so much work on. And I feel like it's a great idea to just target those picks.
Yeah, definitely. Shen, with this, Beyond was getting those clutch Stand Uniteds right when his teammates were low on health, so that gave them a lot of shielding. And speaking of shielding, we have a Lulu.
Yeah, Lulu is going to be the first pick here.
And Lulu, of course, very good support, probably the best support in the game currently. Definitely a top-tier pick you would want to pick early and often. Usually it's a red side ban, but I guess they decided to go for the target bans instead.
As a Teemo hover is on the table right now. Is being covered. Also a Rengar as well. It is going to get switched to an Olaf, though, so no Teemo today, unless he does a very random last-minute switch.
Yeah, it looks like he switched to carve out Olaf. Oh, wait, Lucian. He didn't lock it in yet, so they got their bot lane in today, right now.
Lucian getting locked in. We have a Riven also locked in here, so we're going to see some top lane Riven, hopefully, or maybe some mid lane. You never know when it comes to Riven nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. Also, Zaya being locked in. No Rakan with her, though. Opting for the Lulu instead. Starcraft is going to be doing that. Ahri being hovered currently by Barefoot.
Yeah, Barefoot thinking about maybe going for the Ahri right now. Still on the table if they want to try and take that one. They do have the option to counter pick for the mid lane, though, if they really wanted to. So a lot of different things. It is going to be an Ahri pick, though.
Yeah, usually I would expect them to maybe pick a counter to the Riven and save the Ahri pick for later in case they wanted to do it for a counter pick, or maybe they had something else in mind, but they just straight up went for the Ahri blind and also Galio to counter the Riven.
Yeah, Galio gets locked in there. So now to see what will round up the comp here for Starcraft.
Yeah, because Galio, of course, probably one of the best top laners in the game right now. Of course, you don't usually see Galio in Riven in usually these amateur tournaments or any tournaments, really.
Victor is on the table right now, is being hovered. See if they want to go with that.
Yeah, Victor is a very, he's always been a good mage. Sometimes he's been really great, but he's never been like, oh, don't pick him, he's really bad. He's always been a very solid mage. Speaking of solid mages, looks like the Syndra is also being hovered, along with the Malphite.
Syndra being hovered, they are both going to go get locked in there, so there we see the last final champions of the comp coming through. One last champion on the table to see what they want to do here on the side of Barefoot.
Yeah, it looks like they'll have a counter pick and, well, it looks like jungle. And there's the Olaf they were hovering earlier.
Oh, Olaf gets locked in there. Golden Cactus was able to do a lot of work on that earlier on, and I believe the first game that we saw them play. So those are going to be your comps right now. So we go ahead.
It looks like it could be a Riven jungle, actually.
Yeah, it is a possibility. We might be seeing a Riven jungle coming out. Which, it's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if Starcraft has been practicing Riven jungle and been crafting that to possibly use as a strategy, especially this slate in a very high-stakes game.
Yeah, with this one, winner will go on into the finals, which is guaranteed prizing. So want to make sure you get in on that for sure. Our next game as well is going to be Uncrowned Kings going against Slapchop as our other pair. We're loading on in quite shortly. We do have a quick 3-minute delay, so we'll be able to talk about what we expect to see out of these games.
Yeah, definitely. The Riven jungle. Let me talk about that. That's something I haven't seen maybe ever really. Maybe a few times in solo queue, but definitely. I mean, I'm not sure about Riven's clearing the jungle, especially. I haven't seen Riven jungle not even this season, but definitely. I don't think your clear will be as good as the Olaf's, though. Then again, I could be completely wrong because I don't know this pick too well, and definitely Riven does have a few CC tools on her. Her key strike from her W is able to generate a stun. She's able to hop around walls, hop around, do those animation cancels, get as much distance as she can. Definitely is a interesting pick.
Yeah, it is a possibility to see if that's what we want to possibly expect. Like, I don't know what kind of like, you have a little bit of follow-up with the CC in the kit, but it's not over the top by any means. Like, anything could really happen there.
Yeah, especially I think there are other junglers up, like Lee Sin was up, Elise was up. There are definitely a good amount of junglers up, but I guess they decided the unusual pick would definitely throw their opponent off guard. I mean, I'm thrown off guard as well.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a little bit skeptical on exactly what it's going to be able to bring to the table as far as the champion goes, as we're having a little bit of difficulty on my end. Sorry there, guys. We're having a little bit of glitchiness happening over at our stream studio. It's been on for 7.5 hours straight, so understandable. Having a little bit of issues, but is so the case over here.
Yeah. Yeah, as in the mid lane, as I'm observing, both mid laners are opting to take Ignite. So I think both Ahri and Syndra would want to fight early as try to get an edge in this mid lane matchup.
It's going to be a I expect it to be a very chaotic mid lane indeed, especially with a Riven lurking around. You can always expect her to try and be lurking. Not exactly ganking the most immobile champion, though. Ahri is able to run away quite quickly after she hits level 6, as long as she has it available on the table. So she might be having some struggle making an impact on that end.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I'd like to highlight Malphite also being picked up for top lane from Starcraft, going against the Galio, which, I mean, I don't remember Malphite's laning phase being great. I remember being okay, but I think Galio would have the edge as far as like pushing with the Winds of War. Getting those triple Dorans would probably be the goal for the Galio, for Beyond to get those triple Dorans to basically get that push going and keep Malphite at bay.
As we are just finishing up our 3-minute delay, so we're going to go ahead and get in onto this game quite shortly. Looks like there might have been a quick pause at the beginning as well, so we might have to just wait really quickly for that one. But we got loads of time here as we are going to be going ahead. All right, so we're apparently going to have about a 3-minute pause coming up, so expect that one to be coming.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have a lot of time to talk about this. Let's look at the bot lane. I don't think I've talked about it too much. I mean, you have Xayah Lulu versus Lucian Karma. I mean, I've seen Lucian Karma a bit today. I mean, you have a lot of early poke potential. You have a lot of early aggressiveness you can take advantage of. There's the pause. Yeah, you could have a lot of early power in that Lucian Karma lane. Xayah Lulu, I mean, Lulu is very versatile. She can use a lot of her abilities can be used offensively or defensively, however she desires. I mean, you could use, especially once she hits level 6 with the Wild Growth, can definitely keep Xayah alive, or Syndra, or even Riven when she dives in, or even Malphite when he jumps in for his ulti, and he can actually get a knock-up on top of the knock-up that's going to be going on with Malphite ulti if it connects.
Yeah, there is the opportunity to really go for quite a big wombo combo indeed here with that Malphite, as well as the Feather Storm. You know, ripping back the feathers through the team afterwards allows you just to output so much damage. So it's going to be a very lethal comp coming out. If they pick up just Ari or that Lucian, they eliminate a ton of damage on the opposing team.
Yeah, I mean, Olaf can do some damage early as well as Galio, but they're not going to be the main damage sources. It's mostly going to fall on Ari for magic damage and Lucian for the attack, for physical damage. And Lucian, I don't know much about Xayah, but I think Xayah would scale a little bit better than a Lucian as we get later into the game, because I know Lucian is very early game focused, definitely wants to build up a little bit of a lead, try and snowball early in the game.
So we are just still waiting on this one very momentarily. We'll get into this one. As always, it's pause. This is actually the first time we've actually had a decent sized pause. And this isn't decent. This is only 3 minutes. We're used to, you know, the 15, 20-minute pauses over at where we're usually at.
Yeah, come pause league.
Yeah, always got to make jokes where you can. Sounds like the teams are almost ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and go in onto this one. As we load up onto the Rift on that red side, it is going to be Starcraft, and on the red side, it is going to be Barefoot. Both these teams looking to get a finals berth. I just realized I screwed up there. Starcraft on the blue side, Barefoot on red side, as we go ahead and get on into this game.
Yes, on the red side, we have Barefoot, with Beyond marking the Galio top lane, Golden Cactus with the Golden Lock Viking Olaf in the jungle, Element with the Ari mid, Gotcha Milk with the Lucian AD carry, and Prince Arrow with the Karma support.
And up in top lane for Starcraft on the Malphite, we have STI in the jungle on that Riven that we're so interested to see how well it goes is RTS Victa. In mid lane, DB Break on Syndra, Infinite Desire on the Xayah at ADC, and Defied on the Lulu on support.
Yeah, it seems like both teams are going for a very safe start. This is obviously a best of one. They don't want to do anything too risky. They don't want to do something that could possibly jeopardize their finals berth.
Yeah, always have to be careful as minions have spawned into the map right now. We got to pay a lot of attention to this Riven to see how well this goes and see if it really pays off here.
Yeah, it looks like Riven's starting the Hunter's Machete and 3 pots. Riven basically leaving it auto attacks with her Q, in between her Qs with her passive. Definitely would be probably the item of choice.
Yeah, so Riven starting over on that red. Olaf gonna start on his blue as Riven actually going for a smiteless clear on the red buff. So maybe trying to make her way and see there is a ward down on that blue buff to see if she goes immediately for it. Mantra Q does land. It's always a nice start to the lane. Zip Desire on the Xayah at the moment. Trying to push that lane, but you got a lot of poke, and Karma's usually the answer if you ever leave up the Lulu, is usually a Karma in response.
Yeah, those Karma and Lulu have basically had like a chokehold on the S tier for supports for at least a little while. I mean, I play tank supports. It annoys me a bit that mage supports are on top. I would rather tank supports be on top, but what are you gonna do?
Tank supports usually mean you're gonna fight, so I'm always happy to go in after it. As if this Desire taking a little bit of poke here. Mantra Q also landing back onto the Lulu. Meanwhile, up in the top side, RTS Victa has to smite that blue buff. Able to get level 3 quite at a decent pace, actually. 250, pretty good.
Yeah,
Olaf
definitely.
looking to see if she can find anything, but actually might go mid lane.
Yeah, Syndra might be in a pickle.
Yeah, Syndra is going to flash a awkward angle there. Actually dodges the charm, actually going back in. Gets ignited and flashed upon. Bit off more than she could do, and that's first blood going over to Barefoot.
Yeah, excellent start for Barefoot. Good gank by Olaf. Basically, it almost seemed like Syndra got away with just her flash, but I think Break wanted to try and get a bit more in it. He ended up paying for it.
Right now, Beyond pushing in on this top lane. First time we've seen him not on Shen. So maybe you're going to see what he can offer to the table.
Yeah, speaking of like S tier laners, we have top lane Shen and Galio have been holding that spot with the occasional Nautilus. Of course, Nautilus received a few nerfs, I believe, so he's fallen off a bit. Seen a little more in support, which is still pretty good. I've always found Nautilus pretty good in support, no matter really what they've done with him in the past few years.
As we're seeing right now, again, pushes coming in from that bot side. Looking like we're having a little bit of a issue there on the stream. Sorry, guys. We will get back to you quite shortly. There it is. So we just had to make a quick correction. Should be back towards you guys quite easily. In that bot side, though, Infinite and them are still trying to push in this wave, and they do have an opportunity to really try and punish the Lucian and the Karma if they can.
Yeah, speaking of punishment, Olaf is in the blue side jungle, though he is in the wings if he wants to go for a gank and possibly punish the aggression from Infinite Desire and Defiled.
Possibility Flash Cone is there, but they do have a ward on top of it, and he looks like he's going to go ahead and take the long route. And actually just kind of goes, he's looking to probably clear that Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, definitely nice warding by Starcraft's spot lane. Basically able to spot out the Olaf whether he was coming from doing a lane gank or just coming through the river. I'd say that's some really nice warding.
Very good right now. Karma trying to poke out the Lulu. Beyond still up in his top lane, can really start pushing. Actually went and finished Boots before getting a third Doran's. Probably just says, hey, I only need 2 Doran's to really clear a wave. So he's happy just doing that right there.
I mean, then again, Doran's does cost, I believe, 400 gold, and a Boots costs 300 gold, so maybe he just had enough for Boots, but not enough for the Doran's.
Possibility right there. Just
Also
have 3 pots.
Yeah. So maybe he could have gotten his third Doran's, but I guess he would have opted for the little bit more movement speed to move around the rock a bit.
Zaya right now getting a lot of damage here. Prince has to back off. Beyond NST still battling out, but here comes Olaf on the backside of bot lane. Gets exhausted, not able to output any more damage. Beyond able to get that knock up in top lane. Gets the taunt as well. Getting a decent amount of damage, and a lot of low laners here in the bot side for Farah right now. Has to be careful. Rooted, Goshen Milk has to heal that one to survive, or at least be scared enough that he felt like he had to. Did get rooted by the feathers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better safe than sorry, but that is a heal down for Lucian.
Olaf, Golden Cactus almost thinking of doing another regank. Besides, better not to. But meanwhile, top lane, it's going to be Riven. Slams right up into the Riven, gets knocked up there by the Unstoppable Force. Taunt flashes out, throws the Whirlwind behind him, and he gets out safely.
Yeah, so you see him basically Malphite ult burned, as well as flash from Galio. And Riven is still level 5, so she doesn't have her ultimate yet to probably get an execute.
Possibility right there, but it looks like RTS is going to go ahead and just play it safe, back off. Is spotted out by a ward there, so they do know exactly where that Riven is going. Olaf has to play just a little bit safe there, or might play aggressive depending on how he's feeling. Scuttle is going to get picked up by Riven.
Yeah, and as we look at the mid and bot lane, it turns out StarCraft does have a few CS advantages, even though Ari does have a kill, and there has been a bit of pressure. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, there is a CS gain for StarCraft in mid and bot lane, and top is actually towards Barefoot for CS.
Right now, DB Break still in that mid lane. We haven't seen a whole lot of action other than that early kill from Element. Has the Ignite, has the Flash almost available to him. Has to play a little bit carefully, as Syndra does have her ult now available. Does have a last lost chapter, so it does do a decent chunk of damage right away.
Yeah, definitely. Syndra trying to get as much AP for press R to win. Try and get pretty much a one-shot up. If she yields enough AP, gets fed, she can pretty much one-shot either of those carries.
Weirdly enough, it's a very squishy team otherwise. for Team Starcraft, minus that Malphite up top. So I'm interested to see, they really have to burst out and win these fights, because Lulu will be able to provide some shielding there. Infinite Desire and then might go aggressive here. Gashu Milk, Featherstorm comes out, Flash comes out, rips it back, able to snare down Prince, but they are able to get out.
Yeah, both the Featherstorm and the Tickling went down there, as basically both bot lanes leave this trade alive.
Able to survive an otherwise scary encounter. 2 flashes blown on the side of Barefoot. And really, even though they got first blood, they have just kind of struggled across the board with CS in total, especially in this bot lane.
Yeah, right now 75 to 57, building up a nice CS lead that Infinite Desire is able to build up and keep his team actually having a gold lead, even though losing first blood.
Desire trying to push that one into the turret, keep that illusion from being able to do a whole lot. As Defied able to pick that one up. There is an Olaf around. I believe, though, he is going to go right over and directly into a Lulu. Cannot do it. Meanwhile, Beyond was able to come on down, pick up the teleport. Here comes Element. There is 4 members. A double kill coming out for the Ahri. And that is going to be it, as 5 members of Barefoot come on down. Meanwhile, though, the Karma able to survive by the heroes. Entrance goes down in the end to the last orb. Meanwhile, flash forward from Element, and the taunt going to pick up the kill from Beyond.
Yeah, it turns out Barefoot making the party in the bot lane. A good old classic party. I mean, I've been being a sport main, I've seen a few of those, maybe a bit too much in my lifetime, down on the receiving end of those. Yeah, but they were able to, Syndra did come down, pick up Ahri, and unfortunately Syndra going down herself.
So right now, Infernal Drake is going to go over to Barefoot as they pick up that one. A little bit of damage will be applied up in that top lane. Unfortunately, ST could not answer a teleport, and that was kind of the big factor there, because a lot of that team was grouped up together, and there was a possibility of turning around that fight. He just wasn't there.
Yeah, definitely missed. Obviously, Malphite looks like he wouldn't have had the teleport to answer anyway. I guess he used it to go back to lane, and I guess that was an opportunity. He basically tried to get a CS, but he had to give up trying to join that fight and maybe turning it around for his team.
DB Break going aggressive here in that mid lane. Gonna have to be a huge carry for his team to really pop off. Break pushes that one in.
Yeah, it looks like this Riven jungle, looks like she's going to be going for a warrior, red smite warrior, as well as some boots mobility to move around the map a bit more.
We're waiting here right now. Defied is going to spot out that pink ward and picks up the clear there. Level 7 hit on that Lulu. DB Break going to go ahead and try and clear out as much waves as he can, though he is against a 3-0-1 Element on this Ahri, who actually went Merc Treads.
I mean, I guess it's for the Sun from Syndra. I think Merc Treads reduces polymorph's duration now, and I guess some of the CC from Hellfire and Riven. I guess Starcraft does have a lot of CC on their team, so they're probably using the Merc Treads and for going to Sorcerer Shoes just for a little bit more survivability.
Break right now pushing it up in the mid lane. Only up by 1,000 gold right now. Beyond and SD trading some blows. Going to go ahead and clear out those minion waves. Gets the taunt there, gets the slam. That's all that's going to happen though.
Yeah, the Malphite Galio, when they're going to fight, it's just going to be pretty much a wet noodle contest, because they're both basically going to go for the defensive item first. Malphite splitting between a Bomby Cinder and a Spectre's Scowl, basically trying to figure out what to build first. He'll probably build the Spear of Visage first before he builds the Sunfire Cape.
ST having a little bit of trouble up in this top lane. Beyond still keeping up the pressure right now. ST has to be a little bit careful. Does have that ultimate to try and escape if he needs to. Is just going to queue away. Ribbon is down here if he needs to answer. Actually, ST Has to flash that one. Ended up staying way too long. Golden is here for the counter gank, though. They see Ribbon Bader in, and immediately here comes the Olaf from the bush. A huge amount of damage going down as Lucian able to rain bullets into that support. Featherstorm comes out. No rip is available. She already used it. TP comes out here from STI, looking to pick up the support. Flashes it away.
Yeah, after all that fighting, it's only looks like the loot boy.
Element looking to pick up 2 kills here. Picks up 1, picks up 2 with the Ignite here on ST right now. They're not going to pick up any more. Syndra did roam down, but is not able to answer for anything.
Yeah, I was about to say there weren't too many kills, but Ari coming in late, picking up 2 more kills for herself, now at 5-0 and 1. And looks like on the route for that Morellonomicon.
Able to get that Morello's now quite safely. 5-0 and 1 on the Ari. Pretty scary right now.
Definitely seems they're trying to get the first tower, but it looks like they are going to back off right now as Lulu is right there to protect the tower.
Able to protect it quite safely. Not able to connect it on the stun from Syndra.
And seems like it's going to have a little bit of a reset period as Barefoot goes back to buy a few more items. Lucian does have the Blade Ruin King, and Ari does have her Morellonomicon.
Beyond right now, just clearing out that wave, has all his minions to help him out if he wishes to. As ST kind of confined to this top lane, tried to make a TP play happen there, but fortunately, Sport had fast feet and was able to flash out in the way of that one. Is Element going to pick up the blue buff?
Also, I noticed Galio has retaken the CS League 121 to 112. I guess having those Doran's rings, I guess he sold one of them recently, but he was able to put enough pressure onto Malphite to push him back a bit.
Yep, the only kind of saving factor right here for Starcraft is this bot lane, as they do have a slight CS lead to at least be a bit proud of. 132 to 109 has that Essence Reaver finish as well to the Blade of the Rune King. So looking to keep up the fights down here in bot lane.
Yeah, I noticed Xayah tends to go for the Essence Reaver as opposed to like Blade Rune King or Rudons. I miss maybe Rudons later. I mean, Xayah is a new champion. I haven't really looked into her too much. But I'm guessing she's getting Essence Reaver for the cooldown reduction so she can pull more of her feathers back so she can inflict a bit more damage.
Now going up still 16 minutes on the clock. We are going to have a Dragon coming up quite shortly here. I believe it is going to be a Water Drake for the team that decides to go ahead and try and take that one. Up in top lane Beyond. Still clearing out these waves. It's kind of just waiting for these TPs to be back off cooldown. Beyond does have it, so if they really want to try and make something, you can try and let a wave push up, or at least try and fight around objective.
Yeah, I mean, the bot tower for Starcraft is low, so definitely that is a crux of opportunity that Barefoot could take if they can get a nice ward.
Barefoot right now going aggressive. Featherstorm comes out to avoid the damage. Culling, though, is already there. Lulu tanking as much as she can. She gets put down very low, has to be careful. Beyond up in the top lane, still battling it out with a rock. It's the statue versus rock.
Yeah, and apparently I don't think anyone's really going to get too much of an advantage. Adaptive help, first item for the Galio as bot turret goes down.
Yeah, Beyond built it last game on the Shen, but he was against a Cassiopeia, so I'm not too sure the exact reasoning behind that one. It does allow him to be a little bit tanky as we go ahead and check really quickly. Again, 300 health, 55 magic resist, so I guess just hoping that Syndra doesn't get too far ahead as they do pick up a Water Drake.
Yeah, right now it's Barefoot currently has a little over 3K gold lead over Starcraft, and definitely this is a good, pretty decent gold lead for 17 minutes. Obviously not, we've seen some pretty big ones today, but this is actually a pretty even game considering compared to what we've seen earlier.
Ribbon up in top lane. Flash is blown immediately by Beyond, does not want to deal at all with this Riven. Meanwhile, Elements comes on up, looking to pop the Riven at the moment. She's going to go down to the Ignite. Taunt lands onto Malphite right now. Has to be a little careful. Actually, ults on out. Element, he wants to go on, misses the charm, not able to connect on the second half of that Q. Meanwhile, down in bot side, Golden going on in, pops the Ghost, looking to try and take down this Xayah. It's a dead Xayah in the end, can't be disabled. She gets taken down.
Yeah, one of an ADC's biggest fears is having an Olaf's run at your face, Ragnarok all put up, sacrificing his defenses for a lot of offense and CC immunity. And really, once you, being an ADC face-to-face Olaf, there's not really much you can do.
Able to do quite well there as Golden going to push out that wave and head on back. 1-9, a 5K gold lead now starting to take shape for Bear.
Yeah, definitely. As little poke exchanged, and it looks like they might be focusing on the mid lane tower next, as that is the only our tower left.
Keeping up the pressure right now, break in that mid lane.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a Mexican standoff on the mid lane, as basically they seem to be wave clearing the minions. Both teams are able to wave clear minions out completely.
Yeah, clear coming in right now. Bear though want to try and push this mid wave. Syndra able to keep that from going any farther as Xayah in that bot lane. Looking to keep that tower nice and healthy. Galio is down there to keep up the pressure. Golden going to pick up a Scuttle Crab. So he encounters that jungle Riven, which we've seen only a couple times right now. It's been a little less than impressive.
Yeah, jungle Riven has had the impact. Again, I really wasn't expecting too much. I mean, there's a reason Riven's for top lane and jungle. Like, she hasn't had the impact I guess maybe she wants to, but then again, there's still lots of league to play, so maybe Riven can scale later into the game and have a little bit more impact in these team fights.
Red buff going to get taken away right now. Beyond on the other side of the wall. Actually, they're going to go ahead and catch out this Lulu right now. Heroic entrance comes in, takes down the Riven with Malphite. Big ultimate coming down onto the side there. Infinite Desire still has the Featherstorm available. Rips through the team. That's going to be a double kill. Element on the side right now, able to pick up a triple kill. Looking to maybe pick up a quadra kill, but it's going to get taken by Gotcha Milk.
It looks like Riven nearly got the karma, but the nicely timed heroic entrance from Beyond, having a really good time with these globals today, able to save karma and also pick up Riven, and that basically snowballed the fight down, right down to it.
They go ahead and push on to this turret. Now 3 turrets down. 8K gold lead at their disposal, maybe looking to make it another turret. It's getting taken down quite quickly.
Other thing I noticed, we didn't see a Rift Herald this game being taken. Unfortunately, there wasn't a big enough advantage to get the opportunity to take the Rift Herald to snowball.
Yeah, that's one thing with the recent change to Rift Herald. It still feels like the objective that you get while you're so far ahead. It's rare that you really see a desperation Rift Herald early on, because again, you don't really want to risk it. As ST gonna spot out the Ari down there. There is wards though covering the area, so they have full knowledge of the rest of his team.
Yeah, they seem to be gathering around us. Maybe they're trying to get some vision for the Baron, try to get a little bit of sight on the purple worm as Ari checks the Baron with a Spirit Orb.
Golden gonna find out some wards here with that Scrying Bloom. Gonna pick up those, clear that out. Already Ping's going down. They're a little bit scared that might have got started. No vision of Lucian at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, Darren is dark for Starcraft, and they're unable to see anything. So for all they know, they could be on the Baron, they could not be on the Baron. Who knows?
Lulu gonna go ahead and clear out those wards. Finally got a nice pink ward to work with, but you can see just the vision line coming out from Barefoot right now. They have deep wards into that jungle, trying to pick off anybody they can.
Yeah, Barefoot's really putting their foot down when it comes to this vision game, trying to move their line closer, deeper and deeper into the jungle of Starcraft and try and establish where exactly Starcraft are and where they are not.
Beyond in the bot side, applying some pressure onto that tower. Gets answered, though, by the Malphite. They are spotting out this Riven right now. Again, it's more of
and Dragon is up in 10.
Yeah, Drake is on the table right now. It is a possibility. So it is going to be another Water Drake.
Yeah, it looks like Ari will scout out the other side while the rest of the team takes the Water Drake.
Element right now on the side has a pink ward over there. Element going to avoid the Cinder Orbs. That's going to be a second Water Drake going over to Barefoot. They are looking to move their way up toward the top side of the map.
Yeah, so far it looks like the score 1-13. Starcraft really behind on kills to Barefoot, and it looks like a 8K gold lead that Barefoot has acquired over the past few minutes.
TP Break gonna spawn out that Olaf. Hasn't been able to really do a lot of damage, but Element up in this top side has 9 kills, looking to pick up some more. That heroic entrance comes down, obliterates the Riven.
Yeah, Riven just got squashed by the heroic entrance. Scout makes it just in time to pick up the kill, and they're starting Baron now.
Yeah, starting Baron at the moment. There is, again, a couple members right now. Here comes the TP. There could be a big Malphite ult come on in at the moment. Featherstorm, oh, he misses 2 big carries at the moment. He gets taken down as Lulu goes down. Zaya gonna go down. That Ari is now legendary, 10-0-4.
Yeah, Element's having an excellent game on this Ari, 10-0-4. Got 2 items, and basically looks like he's going to go for the Proto Belt, I believe, as his 3rd item, along with his boots, the Merc Treads. Looks like it's working out, basically able to keep himself away from the CC.
Prince Otto right now look to get a root. They're looking at maybe trying to pick up a Malphite. They decide, no, we're going to go back. Gets it up for our next push. They move on up.
Barefoot having an excellent performance. 1-16, over 11K gold lead at 25 minutes. This is, unless Starcraft does something, they'll just end up getting Zerg rushed.
And that is a possibility they have to be a little bit afraid of, so see what they're able to do.
Yeah, unfortunately for Starcraft, there's only one base, and that's the Nexus in League of Legends. You can't keep building more.
Not able to. So we're waiting here right now, seeing what Starcraft can try and do.
Looks like they're sending 4 top lane to take down the tower, and Galio looks like he's going to meet up with Riven in the bot lane.
As we go, Syndra trying to clear out a wave at least. The Baron's up minions, so they say, we want that tower. They're going to go ahead and take it. 11K gold lead. Just kind of snowballing this one out of control. Seeing what they can do beyond. Still in that bot lane, applying pressure, keeping that Malphite busy. Element ended up ulting a little bit there, but you can see the Baron minions with those 2 cannon minions. Nothing that RTS Victor can do.
Yeah, unfortunately, that will be a tower going down. Barefoot taking another one. 6 towers to 0 currently right now.
And applying that pressure.
Yeah, definitely. As it seems to be, looks like mid lane is going to be, their next target, as it seems to be pressuring down, but the waves are coming out from Zai and Syndra.
Able to keep that one up right now. Olaf up in the top side. Pushing on in slightly. Just a 2-lane push right now coming out from Barefoot. They want to try and close this one out.
Yeah, the Baron is reaching its last quarter of duration. So basically they only have a little bit more time with that Baron to try and get a few more towers down, a few more structures, and it looks like, whoa.
Oh, Element going over the wall is gonna pick up the kill there. Here comes the heroic entrance, knocks up the Riven. Featherstorm comes out. Karma able to shield Element from going down. ST on top of the Ari, another shield keeping her alive. And with that, I believe Barefoot have taken this game in convincing fashion. A clean ace across the board, 21-1. Looking to finish this one off and go on to the finals.
Yeah, those Karma Shields keeping Ari alive, making a very big dive into there, basically setting up Galio for the heroic entrance, coming in as this game is going to be finished up, and Barefoot is heading to the finals.
And with that one, Barefoot is our first finalist. We'll see who they go up against in our next match here shortly, as it's going to be between Slapchop and Chino and Uncrowned Kings. Whoever will take it is going to go ahead and go on take on Barefoot, who have seemed to be very good in their matchups, playing all the way from the play-in stage.
Yeah, definitely. We've had a lot of good teams today, but Barefoot is going to be our first finalist, making it to the final match, and their opponent is either going to be the Uncrowned Kings or your team, Slapchop.
Well, there is always a hope there. We're going to go ahead and take another quick break. When we get back, we're going to see who our second finalist will be right after this.